One love. God bless. Fire Nelson here, and I'm here to talk to you about how to change yourself. So, a lot of people get to a realization that they need a change in their life, and the outside isn't changing, so they realize, oh, I need to change myself. And I congratulate you for being at this place, because a lot of people don't take the courage to actually look within and change their self. But lots of times we need changing. Lots of times we need to look within and figure out, how can I make my life a better place? How can I make this world a better place? How can I make my own brain and mentality and spirituality and physicality better? How can I change myself so that I'm not doing the same cycle as my parents and my family and, the people that I see in my neighborhood? How can I change myself, So this is a great question to ask. This is a great question to meditate on. This is a great question to seek knowledge about, because the more that you are able to change yourself in times that are needed, when times of growth are needed, when times of wisdom are needed, the more you're able to change yourself into the person that you need to be, the better your life is going to be, and the better your surroundings are going to be. So in order to change yourself, you have to realize a lot of things need to be done, but it's okay, because they can be done in small steps. Because trust me, once you start knocking out a few of the steps to change yourself, you're going to be so pleased with the results that you're going to want to just go ahead and start doing the other steps as well. And it's not going to be such an overwhelming process, because you're realizing, if I feel this good by just doing these 2 steps, imagine when I get down and I'm doing this and this and this and this and this and this all throughout my day or week, or however you want to space it out. So if you want to change yourself, you're going to have to, most importantly, kill your ego. So a lot of us always say, we don't have an ego, because we're taught that an ego is bad, especially nowadays. Lots of people say, oh, you got an ego, so they automatically think bad. Well, it is bad. You don't want to have an ego, but we have it. And it's unfortunate that we're not really taught what the ego is. And if you want to change yourself, you have to truly understand what the ego is. So the ego is that voice in your head that's telling you things that aren't actually true. Saying stuff that you need, saying stuff that you are, saying stuff that these people are talking about you, and just all types of nonsense in your head. Your ego is the one that made you buy that, super luxurious apartment or luxurious house and, waterfront property, and you don't even really like the water. It was the ego telling you to buy that, because you wanted the waterfront property because you saw everybody else having a waterfront property, but you really don't even really like the beach like that. So this is our ego. It's not us just always wanting to be right, or us thinking we're superior than everybody, or it's an overwhelming amount of confidence. No, the ego is all these things. It's even our materialism that we always indulge in, especially in the Western society. So it's not that we have to throw away our nice car, or our nice house, or our nice things, but it's to realize from here on out, we don't need these things, and we don't need any more. If your car starts breaking down, or your car is, pushing 100,000 miles or whatever, okay, it's time for a new car. But we need to realize that it's only the ego telling us we need the brand new 2024 Mercedes. It's only our ego telling us that we need to spend, 3/4 of our salary just on, appliances and housing and rent and stuff like this. We shouldn't be spending 3/4 of our salary on bills. We should be spending 1/4 of our salary on bills and the rest on living and enjoying life. This is where, especially the Western society in America especially, have gotten this 9 to 5 business so mixed up, because in all over, European countries and many other places in the world, they don't look at work in such a strict format where it's taking over your life and you only go on vacation for once or twice, for a week during the year. No, these people are going on vacations for a whole month, and multiple times a year. This is where we need to get to. This is where we want to start realizing that we are putting too much burden on us when we keep indulging this ego, thinking that these instant gratifications are going to boost our confidence and boost us into this, classism. We don't need these extra things. It's only putting more of a weight on your shoulders to keep up with. So kill the ego. You want to start loving yourself, start doing and practicing self-love techniques, affirmations, just letting yourself grow out your hair and, just enjoy yourself, Start treating yourself well. Stop judging yourself. Stop saying hateful things to yourself. Maybe go on walks, stuff like this. But you want to start caring for yourself and not just caring for the outside part. It's not about your nice designer clothes. It's not about that. It's about, have you went on a walk today and breathed some fresh air, It's about that. It's about, have you told yourself that you are handsome, that you are beautiful today, that you are successful, that you are wealthy? Have you told yourself that? Have you even looked at your blessings? Have you even really looked at your nice car lately and just really took in your beautiful home? Have you took it in lately? Just sat there and really thought, oh my gosh, I really did this. So stop with the rat race of the ego. We need to stop with the ego. That is the most important one. The next one is, if you want to change yourself completely, after you start doing the work to kill your ego, because it's an ongoing process. It's never just like a completely done thing. Well, hopefully one day, of course, it's going to be completely done, but most likely anytime soon, it's not going to be a completely done thing as long as you're living in this society. So once you started that process of killing your ego, then you want to start to build a faith within you. And that faith is in that there is a divine source. It doesn't have to be religious based. You don't even have to call it spiritual. But you need to know right now that there is a divine source that created all things, that made all things possible, that is giving you breath, that is giving you this divine synchronicity throughout your entire life. This divine source, I want you to have faith in it so that you know that what you're doing matters, that your effort to be a better person each and every day actually matters. That these people that you see who are getting rich and you know that they're evil, I want you to know that they are getting what is coming to them. I wish no bad on any person. I wish all enlightenment to everybody. I wish all the enlightenment. But if you are living in an unrighteous way, then there is going to be consequences to wake you up and tell you that this is not the path. So don't look at these people that you know are evil or just even mean, and think, oh, how are they getting their promotion? How are they being manager? How are they my boss? They're dealing with stuff that's way, way, way more darker than anything that you will ever face. And you are blessed for that. Whatever you're going through, trust me, there is people going through much worse, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So you need to take that in consideration and realize there is a higher source. There is a divine source, not a being, but a spiritual source, an energy, a light, a presence that is generating life to us and wants us to see the best of life. But we have to give faith to this divine source, We have to give faith to this divine source and realize it is us as well. We are divinely connected. And the more we live in line with a faithful and righteous way, the more we will see blessings come to us and this change become easier. Because who wants to change themselves completely and reap no reward? Unfortunately, of course, we should want to change and just that be it. But in this society, we want a reward. We can't be, delusional. I know how most people think. I know how I thought when I first started it. So when we're making changes, we want something in the end, right? So having this faith, it opens your eyes to see and gives you an opportunity to not only think yourself, but think the divine source. So more of these blessings keep flowing through. So faith is very important because it's going to help guide you and strengthen you during your tough times and keep you whole during those times of prayer and just meditation. It's during these times, the source, the divine spirit is going to help push you through those rough trials and tribulations where it feels like there is no hope and that you might as well live in an unrighteous way, live in an evil way. So faith, hold faith, keep your righteousness. Like I said, if you're trying to change yourself, hopefully you're trying to change yourself to be a righteous person, to live in a way that's going to bring you more serenity, some more unity, some more harmony and peace into your life. So, yes, faith. Next tip on how to change yourself completely. And I don't know how many tips I'm going to do. I'll do maybe one or two more. But next tip on how to change yourself completely is you want to read. Because how do you know what's really out there if you're only looking on a platform that is really meant to just get your attention? That's why I kind of have it calm. I don't like to do too much attention seeking. I do a little thumbnail, that's it. But most of these platforms, these social media apps that you watch, you're looking up to people and looking for advice from people on how to change, but they're doing things that don't really align completely with the changes that you're trying to make usually. I know I've had that problem a lot when I used to look at a lot of different people, videos and podcasts and stuff and looking for wisdom, but I would get a ton of wisdom, but there's some things that they would do and say and stuff like this and curse and, say stuff about this and that I would just think and be like, well, are they really, that enlightened? Are they really living such a righteous way if they're so comfortable saying this on the internet? So reading, it kind of separates you from all that, because reading any book is something that is well put together. for the most part, most books. It's something that someone took time to write, put it together. Usually there's someone who checks it out, edits it, stuff like this. So a book is going through many channels to make sure that it's getting to you in the purest form that it can get to you, in the most truthful form, usually, if it's a book that's true. So a book, it has a lot less of those filters and extra wowsies and all these things. I don't know what you call them. Attractions and all these. But a book, it still keeps your interest. So a lot of people think reading is boring. But when you're reading Huckleberry Finn, yeah, it's going to be boring. When you're reading like The Color Purple or, just random books, it's going to be boring. But when you're reading Think and Grow Rich, when you're reading Spontaneous Healing, I'm looking at my bookcase. When you're reading Spiritual Liberation, How to Grow Rich, The Way of the Superior Man, when you're reading books like this, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, when you're reading books like this, it's an adventure. So you're already doing a few things, right, to make changes. And then when you bring the reading into it and you're just starting to get in this knowledge, this wisdom from these books that are well put together. The books I just laid out, if you go look them up and read the first 5 pages of them, you're going to get some information. You're going to get some wisdom, some knowledge. And when you're reading these books and getting that wisdom, that knowledge, that information, that truth, and you start applying these things as well, even before you start applying these things, just reading them, you feel something inside. You feel yourself light up and like, oh my God, I can't believe, like I always knew that, but I haven't been able to put it in words. And it hasn't come into my mind in this current awakened state. So getting those words, getting those wisdom, even if it's something as simple as do right to thy neighbor, it's stuff that we may know, but we're just receiving it in that awakened state, that more aware state that we're pushing towards now. It hits us differently. It really makes us think like, oh, wow, this is important. It's in the book. It's in multiple books. I've been hearing this. It's in this book. Wow. So you need to read. You need to read these books that are going to increase your knowledge, increase your wisdom, because you're going to need these tools in your life. They're going to help you stay calm. They're going to help you deal with conflict. They're going to help you understand the human mind, the human psyche. They're going to help you understand yourself. And the more you understand yourself, the more you can shed off all these egos and stuff. And once you are shedding off all this stuff, this ego, this work, this extra things, and you're getting this wisdom, and you're having a faith about the universe, that the best is unfolding for you, that the Most High, that the Divine is putting their grace, their presence, the bravery, the courage behind you, within you. When you have all these things coming together, then you start to see yourself changing. You start changing yourself, okay? You start to really change yourself for the better, and you see the difference, you feel the difference, and others start to feel it around you. And that brings me to my next tip. So once you start feeling all these changes, you start getting this wisdom, you're going to start looking at the world differently. You're going to start noticing things about the way you've laid out your life. And it might be depressing a little. It might be scary a little. But like I said, hold faith. Hold faith. Everything is a test. Everything is a lesson. So you don't need to change your entire life, but change certain things if you can, If you can change things, change them. The things you can't change, have faith that they will change in the perfect way, in the perfect harmony with exactly the way they're supposed to change. Just continue to be the example. So things like, the people you hang around or your job, these things may need to change when you change yourself, because they won't align with the new you. Some of the people you hang around maybe always calling you out, and I mean calling you out by saying, why are you acting different? Why are you speaking different? Why are you dressing different? Like, why do you think you're so holy now? Lots of people aren't going to understand. Only you know what you know within. And once you have that security within, there's no going back. Once you find out the truth and have that true faith and see the blessings that come with this faith, there's no turning back. So you're going to have to let go of certain people and certain things in your life that are trying to hold you down and keep you back to the old you, that are keep on reminding me like, oh, you're going to get drunk again? Oh yeah, but just a matter of time. People like this. Oh, you're gonna go to the club again? Oh yeah, just a matter of time. Who's preying on your downfall? If there's people preying on your downfall, then you need to stay away from them. Out of sight, out of mind. People like that, once you're out of sight, out of mind, they'll forget about you. Their powers no longer work on you at all. And you'll forget about them. And you'll be better off. And if you're even at a workplace and your workplace does not align with your new self, don't just quit. I want to give you true wisdom here. I'm not going to give you just some, quit and everything's going to work out, blah, blah, blah. No, I'm going to give you true wisdom. Don't just quit if your work doesn't work out. Like I said, hold faith. Give it time. But during this time, you should be looking for opportunities that do align with the way that you are. Because we don't want to be living in scarcity. We don't want to leave ourselves hanging high and dry. No, I'm not asking anybody to do that. But what I'm saying is align yourself with how you feel on the inside in your new self. This is how you're going to change yourself. This is how you're not going to be always being pulled back and around this negative person. If you're able to eventually find a new workplace or find an understanding with your coworkers and colleagues that, hey, this is the new me and I would like to be treated as such, or I would like to be respected as such. It's not really about treated like, oh, I need this special privilege, but it's I no longer want to be involved in the Babyloniness. None of that Babylon talk, none of that gossip, none of that cussing at me, none of that this and that. I don't want to hear about any of these negative things, I don't want to hear about the person that messed up, and I don't want to hear about any of these things. Because this new self, this new you, is only pushing peace, only pushing positive vibrations. And it's going to start to show in the way that you are. People are going to realize, oh, wow, they are about, real calm energy, real positive energy. No one's saying that you walk around like, hey, what's up? Yep. No one needs to say this, but how I am now, this is me 99% of the time. Just here. I might put on a smile if something's to smile about, but I'm not really putting on frowns. I'm not really putting on extra smiles. I'm just living in my own serenity bubble where people just respect it, because I'm not over here smiling like being kind of fake, but if that's how you feel, then of course act that way, but nobody needs to be bubbly all the time. This isn't going to bring you peace. It's going to just make everybody want to talk to you, and you might not have any peace. So I always stay in a calm state so that people respect my serenity and realize, oh, they're strong, you know. Some people take smiles and giggles for weakness, unfortunately. But when people see that you are calm and always collective in all manners, a lot of respect is put forth to you. So you might have to change some of the people and the environment you're around, and that is okay. But during the times of those transitions, you need to hold faith and trust that you're doing not only the right thing, but you are changing the people around you as you are changing. So transitions, they're going to have to be made, you know? And this is a normal part of changing yourself. So hopefully that gave you a good start on how to change yourself, you know, with the reading on how to deal with transitioning out of your old life into your new self, your new life. Holding faith. And then the first one, killing the ego. That's very, very important. Grow your hair out. Grow out your beard. You know? Men, you can still shave and pluck, you know, whatever you want to do. You know, I'm not here to judge anybody. Women, you can still shave and pluck whatever you want to do. I'm not here to judge anybody. But just embrace yourself more. Stop picking at these pimples so much. Stop worrying about your attire so much and this and that. Just dress comfortably, you know? But yeah, kill your ego. Read, get knowledge, have faith, you know, and get ready for these transitions and use these transitions wisely to build your faith and use these tools that you are learning as well, you know, from reading and all these other things. So I appreciate you watching. One love, God bless. If you haven't, please subscribe, like, share, comment, and have a blessed day. And good luck on changing yourself.